killed, that was responsible for bombing at the airport. But now what? Those types of strikes require intel from people on the ground, many of whom we've now turned our backs on. This not only makes targeting more difficult, but this network also helps get our people out who are in harm's way. I said this the other day on Twitter. Joe Biden, if you're not willing to go get my fellow Americans, give me a plane. I'll grab 200 veterans and we'll show you what it means to leave no man behind. I will leave tonight. Folks, an army of people said they would join me because real Americans are willing to go to the end of the earth for our brethren. I don't care what the cost is. I will go get those people. It's what I did for 9 years. But if Joe Biden's not willing to do this, there's like 10 million veterans who will go with me tomorrow. They'll go to the comments section on Twitter, on Instagram. They're all there. That's your pool. Mostly veterans willing to go back into service. Now, there's no reality to this in the upper echelon, it seems like. It's like a video game to them. They created this horror on the ground, and now they're more interested in putting bullets in their yearly evaluations than they are putting bullets in bad guys. These people disgust me. They've been asleep at the wheel. But elections have consequences. Look, America was so worried about being offended by Trump's tweets that we elected a noodle, and now we got this. I mean, say what you will about Trump, love him or hate him, people didn't mess with us. People didn't do things like this because they saw that he was willing to adjust the contour of an entire mountain, as he did with a 20,000-pound bomb, to take out our enemies. And now with what's the military's focus? White rage? Military can tell you exactly how many people are vaccinated, but they can't remember how many Americans they still have in Afghanistan? Are you kidding me? These are their priorities. And Biden, you better start treating this as if your son or daughter was still on the ground. Stop pontificating. Start putting bombs on the ground. I don't care what the international consensus is. I really could care less what the UN thinks. They're absolutely useless. You sold the American people in the last election on your foreign policy experience. If this is it, you're the biggest damn fraud in the world. I mean, do something, anything. The drone strike was a good start. I don't care if we have to turn Kabul into a parking lot and have our tanks drive over the rubble to get every American out of there. And the Pentagon press secretary just said this yesterday on national TV, that he's working with the Taliban to get people out. Watch.
We're working with the international community. There are several nations that want to contribute to the effort to keep it operational and that are willing to work with the Taliban to that end. Certainly, I'd let them speak to that effort.
A guy who's been on the ground. But this is our president, the leader of the free world. Get lost, Biden. The longer you sit here playing politics, the more it's going to hurt that's him right there. That's how he responds to this tragedy. That doesn't exude strength. That doesn't make me feel better. And that attitude right there is not going to bring our people home. Now let's get a check-in